What's something you thought you'd never do that you found out is actually really enjoyable? Going to the gym regularly, hated it at first, but now it's my therapy. Growing my own vegetables saves money and tastes better than the grocery store produce, especially the tomatoes. Gardening. I was raised a city kid, rented a house for a bit in a neighborhood where people took real pride in their yards, so out of respect, I tried to spruce the yard up a bit with plants. Very little in life has such solace and reward. Not everything you plant works out, but it's peaceful digging the hole and putting it in the ground, and months later, if it lives and blooms, you know you did that. You made that happen. And every spring that flower will return and brighten your day, and you know that you put it there and it lived. Kayaking. Being that far from civilization is the closest I've ever felt to free and at peace. Dancing madly at concert. Basket weaving. I was at a medieval market and some guy sat there doing a presentation of it and letting people have a go. I tried it too and enjoyed it greatly. The repetitiveness of the work really lets you unwind and relax your mind. Also, decorative baskets make for a nice addition to a present, but that's not the topic. Going hiking. I thought it'd be boring, but it's actually so refreshing and fun. Totally changed my view. Karaoke. Growing up, I thought it looked stupid for people to sing songs badly in front of others. Then I moved to Japan for work, and my first night out we went to a bar with karaoke, and I had some of the most fun I've ever had. Therapy. I was very anti-medication and anti-therapy. I heard people complaining about ADHD this and depression that, and assumed they were just lazy people or people using a diagnosis to get attention. Then I started having serious anxiety problems. I brute forced my way through it for 3 years until I almost ran off the road during a random panic attack. Got into therapy and started improving after a few months. At my psych and PCP's recommendation, I was prescribed some medication for if a panic attack comes. Just having the medicine as a safety chute, coupled with continued therapy, has almost completely rid me of panic attacks. I now am working on undiagnosed ADHD and depression that I had for years, but just assumed was something everyone dealt with. Never thought I'd be here, but boy do I feel better and have a whole new perspective on other folks as well. Birdwatching. Hiking walking trails. It was terrible the first few times I did it and had terrible soreness in my feet days after. Now, I can do 6 miles a day with virtually no pain. Wearing Crocs. I judge them forever, but they are so damn comfortable. Sticking things in my butt. Driving a school bus for a living. I swore it was the one job I'd never do. Now I'm 5 years in, and, as far as jobs go, I find it extremely rewarding and pretty fun. Being openly honest about my feelings, insecurities, faults, etc., in somewhat of a humorous, self-deprecating way. I found out that when you're open about those things that others will almost immediately start agreeing and opening up themselves about the same issues. I learned that I'm not nearly as alone as I thought I was, and most of those feelings are pretty common among other people. It's quite liberating. Waking up sober. Public speaking. I used to hate it, but now I find it exhilarating. I was sure I'd hate camping, but after my first trip, I found it so refreshing to disconnect and just be in nature. Smoking cigarettes. I don't advise anyone to start smoking.